Why are F1 visas rejected and what to do if your F1 visa is rejected? More than 250,000 F1 visa applications were rejected. This is 36% more than the number of rejected visas in 2022. Scary, right? In our last video, we covered some of the common F1 visa interview questions and their answers, and even spoke to someone who recently gave their F1 visa interview and cleared it. But like we said, a lot of F1 visa applications are also getting rejected. So if you are someone who's got an F1 visa rejected, or if you are someone who's scared about their F1 visa will be rejected, then this video is for you. We are here to inform you on what may have gone wrong or what can go wrong. So in this video, I will cover 9 common reasons for F1 visa rejection, share a step-by-step guide on what to do after your F1 visa is rejected, offer tips for a successful reapplication. Hi everyone, I am Priya from It's OK Yaar and welcome back to our channel. And if you're new today, It's OK Yaar is a content platform for South Asian immigrants, and we aim to educate, entertain, and empower them. Let's dive straight into the common reasons for F1 visa rejection. Insufficient financial proof. Your visa officer may be unable to verify your financial condition, or maybe we weren't able to clearly articulate the fund that you have. Remember that the US government wants proof that you can afford tuition and living expenses without needing to work illegally. Whether it's family support, loans, scholarships, or personal savings, always provide clear, documented evidence of your financial resources and backing. Unclear study plans. Your visa officer wasn't convinced of your academic intention. Maybe your answers didn't seem credible, maybe you couldn't articulate what you wanted to study and why you chose US and that particular university or course. This led to suspicion about your true intent and eventually a rejected F1 visa. Which is why it's always important to prepare for your visa interview questions like, why do you want to study in the US? Why did you select this particular university? Potential immigrant intent. This is probably one of the most important reasons. The F1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. This means you must express your intention of returning home after your studies. The visa officer may have rejected your application because they suspected you plan to immigrate to the US permanently. To avoid showing potential immigration intent, you need to demonstrate your strong ties to the home country more clearly. To check this, the visa officer may ask you questions like, what will you do after your graduation? Do you have family in the US? We have explained how to answer these questions in the previous video. We are linking it here and also will share the link in the description box, so definitely check it out. Incomplete application form. This is honestly the silliest way F1 visa applicants get rejected, and it's surprisingly a common issue. Double check your DS-160 form, I-20 form, and your I-901 service payment confirmations for any inaccuracies or omissions. Any misleading information is a big red flag for visa officer. It's your duty to ensure all fields are filled out correctly and no required documents are missing. Poor English proficiency. Although you don't have to speak English like Hollywood actors or even develop an accent, you must show adequate English speaking skills. Overly poor scores in your TOEFL and IELTS or an evident struggle to communicate in English during your visa interview can lead to an F1 visa rejection. Poor answers and composure during your interview. This is why it's important to be very confident during your interview. Don't speak too much or too little. Simply answer what you're asked and keep a smile on your face. Any signs of nervousness, being unsure, mumbling, or appearing suspicious is enough to leave a negative impression. I suggest you practice your interview questions to maintain a composure during the interview. Criminal history. Now, this is a pretty clear reason to get your F1 visa rejected. You're surely going to get your F1 visa rejected if any past criminal offenses are visible on your record. This is a non-negotiable factor since the US takes security very, very seriously. Past violation of visa terms. This rejection reason comes into play if any of your previous visits to the US or any other country show that you violated their visa terms and conditions. For example, if you overstayed, if you indulged in illegal employment, or if you were caught in any other illegal activity, remember that this will count heavily against you. Poor academic performance. Lastly, if your academic scores aren't up to the mark, it may raise concerns about your capability to succeed in the US's academic environment. Proof of consistently low grades and lack of preparation on your chosen field of study will inevitably lead to an F1 visa denial. Now you may be wondering, what's the next step after an F1 visa rejection? However disheartening a visa rejection can be, it's not the end of your journey. An F1 visa rejection is not a permanent no. In fact, no visa rejection is a permanent no. My L1 blanket was rejected. My brother's B1, B2 was rejected twice. Even Modi ji's US visa was rejected earlier. So we all have. So before I tell you the steps you can take after an F1 visa rejection, I want you to know there is nothing like appealing for a rejected F1 visa. visa. All you can do is reapply. What can you do after an F1 visa is rejected? Step 1. Request a detailed refusal letter. Usually the US consulate will update you on your visa rejection. You can write a formal request asking for the exact reason why they rejected your F1 visa application. Send it to the embassy where you interviewed. Note that this request should include your full name, your date of birth, passport number, data and location of your visa interview, and a polite request asking for detailed information for your refusal. Step 2. Analyze the refusal letter. Once they reply, go through the response carefully and categorize the points mentioned by them. It could be about your financial proof, your study plans, or something else. Chances are they might not even reply. It's okay, move on. Deep down, you know what were the questions where you could have done better. Step 3. Address these issues. This is your second chance to gather the correct documentation if you missed out on them. If it was funds, look for more comprehensive documentation. If it was about your study plan, speak to an academic advisor and clarify and strengthen your statement of purpose. Step 4. Improve your visa interview skills. If the rejection reason was your poor performance in the interview, then you need to practice mock interviews. Look into your English communication, skills, confidence, and any other red flags that you think might have led to a rejection. Step 5. Pre-apply for your F1 visa interview. We are assuming that your course start date is nearing soon and you are in a race against time to acquire your F1 visa. Keep in mind, we suggest you rectify the issues mentioned in your refusal letter immediately and then reapply at the earliest. If you think it's going to be really difficult to get your reapplication approved before your course starts, get in touch with the university's Department of International Student Affairs to understand your options. Ideally, I would have suggested that you should take some time and prepare properly for the next interview, but we all know how difficult it is to get a visa slot. So get the earliest visa slot that you feel comfortable with and work on all the mistakes you made last time. You now have this video and a previous video to help you prepare. In fact, we are also going to be doing a new video where we will talk to an ex-visa officer who will help us understand how to prepare for an F1 visa interview, what are the visa officers looking for, and what type of answers can be a red flag for them. So if you don't want to miss out on those videos, please subscribe to our channel. And if you have watched it so far, then please hit that like button and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any videos. That is it for today, you guys. Did you find this video on reapplying for F1 visa helpful? We hope you like, share, and subscribe to more such content. Do share your opinions. We are looking forward to hearing from you in comments. And if things aren't going your way, remember it's okay, Yaar, because they will eventually turn around. This is Priya signing off. Until next time, have a wonderful day.